And we're back. This time, heading to fight the Mana Beast of Water in the Frostbite Fields. Now we've stuck our head into this cave a little bit, but we need to go deeper, as they say. As the children of youth do say.
Welcome. Without quality armor, it won't matter how good your weapons are. Come again.
That depends by game. Some games are definitely more armor-focused, and others are definitely less so.
Well, I have a wide variety of weapons from you to peruse.
Oh yeah, I should sell off the armor I no longer need.
You're welcome.
And we're
Come
off.
again.
Why did we have to come back to this freezing place again? I can handle this chill until we complete our mission. Come on.
If y'all put pants on, you wouldn't be suffering this way. Just saying.
This is my fight. No need to trouble yourself.
Petite Poseidon. That's a pretty cute name, I gotta say. The Marmpoto. The fan translation, they were called Mamapotos, but I don't really know what that implies either way because we know nothing about, well, monster biology, the cryptozoology of the Mana universe. Now, a thing that doesn't really come into play at all in Trials of Mana that does in some other Mana games is a lot of the time monsters will have different families. Like, there's the dragon family, or there's the armor family, and a lot of weapons have Slayer properties that you can use to do super damage against them. But, again, this game doesn't really do that, and, I don't know, it's one of those things that I think is really neat when you have the option of customizing against enemies that you might have difficulty against.
This is my fight. No need to trouble yourself.
Not sure how I dodge rolled out of a, prone position, but whatever. I won't question it. So, if you're on snow, you generally have traction. Here on the ice, you'll slide around a lot more, and your boots squeak. If you want to stop it, just jump in place and your momentum will be reset. Because physics are for chumps.
Leave it to me, Wookiees.
Oh, can't get the item till the monsters are gone.
I think we're getting stronger.
Whoops. No, happy accident, I suppose. I didn't stick my landing, but I did find some free stuff, so that's cool.
In our way.
I've been snowmanned. I think the game calls it being frozen, but I think Seiken Mana literally even just called it being snowmanned.
Let's defeat the Benevodon of Water. Yes, please. I need to get away from this ice. Leave it to me, Wookiee.
I will not fall.
Dragon enemies tend to be pretty strong. At least true dragons do. There's some enemies that are named for dragons, but aren't actually dragons. But Lumina time. But if you're into enemies like the Frost Dragon here, who is a true dragon, they typically are on the stronger side of the spectrum. I believe they're also the sort of enemies that also run the chance of dropping certain types of seeds.
I know what to do.
Yeah, to get a lot of things that would be required for a 100% playthrough, you'd be grinding the seeds a lot. And thanks to the way items work in this game versus the Super Nintendo version, it actually kind of makes Hawk invaluable for the in-game segments. But again, his primary stat actually works now, so that's not a bad ordeal. What I'm saying is, I made a mistake bringing Charlotte. I should have brought literally anyone other than her. But I have no one to blame but myself. Life goes on, I suppose. And we're kind of nearing the endgame now. Like, we're in, essentially, the endgame legs of the game. Hey, sup. I believe this is Fiegmund. Yes, Fiegmund. The mana beast of water. Who kind of had this interesting gimmick where in the Super Nintendo he would jump to the bottom of the platform we're standing on. There was no ice physics, you didn't really slide around at all, but he could jump to the bottom side and just kind of chill out down there. But as I said, magic is extremely OP, so whenever you did that, you could just cast magic at him, and he was just kind of defenseless and just had to take it.
There is power building within that icicle. We should destroy
I was about to say, what icicle?
before anything bad happens.
Oh, it's another one. Jeez. Kind of forgot this was this dude's gimmick. But in the interest of fairness, this is more interesting than the original, so... I'm a little confused which attack button is which. But I was able to do a lot of damage in that down state, so not bad. More or less annoying than that one ice dungeon in Heaven's Ward. You know, the one with the Yeti where you have to like snowball the snow into monsters and stuff. I'll leave it for you guys to decide. I don't know, I kind of like both. I'm one of those weirdos who genuinely likes ice levels. Can't see what I'm doing, game.
I will not.
You know, it just dawned on me the irony that I gave Lee's Snek summons. Healer, you're being more useless than usual. I mean, I see why, but that doesn't stop it from being very annoying. You feel like healing us? No? You are worse than useless. Thanks, Charlotte! Thank you for single-handedly making me decide that I will never use you again. Nobody dumber than Lone Star Runner on the strong, bad, female showhouse style. Just saying. Alright. Your head explode. Alright. Thankfully, that one's pretty cut and dry. There's not a whole lot to it. Excellent. Oh, she double leveled. Nice. No? No, that's because that's not Charlotte. That's Lise. Yeah, I should probably start working on her intelligence abilities next. Alright, Flammy, we're moving on.
We beat the 6th Benevodon! Only 2 left! We're nearly there!
And that's because darkness always comes last.
At first, but we've come so far.
Yep, now we're heading to the Mulbear Moors, where a new path has opened opposite of Volsena. I really like the music here.
Leave it to me, Lucky.
I was about to say these weaklings want to fight, but they're actually level 40, which is markedly higher than the last time we were here. Bonk. Alright. It's not even that special type of goblin variant we found in the tower. That's just a stronger hobgoblin. Hey guys.
Welcome. I have a wide variety of weapons from you to peruse.
Last chance.
Come again.
Well, without quality armor, it come again.
Alright. Guess they're done shilling us.
We are getting stronger.
Now we're heading into Gemstone Valley, a previously unseen area. Though this was kind of hinted at when we went to see the Jewel Eater. Whether the Jewel Eater actually ate jewels, or well, that was just some kind of moniker.
Cool, near those weird moors. There's a Benevodon presence nearby. Let's search.
I believe it said that Volsena used this area as a quarry back in the day. And of course, a lot of the monsters here are stronger cousins of the things that we encounter in the moors.
Benevodon of birth must be stopped. Of course. I won't get distracted by these gems.
Angela. I mean, I'm getting distracted by item seeds, but that's different. You can't actually take these gems with you. No, that's not an existential threat, like you can't take it when you go. It's more about literally, we can't take these with us. They're just embedded in the ground for decoration. Wasn't actually in either of those red pie plates, and yet I still got hit by at least one of them. It's also interesting that the shrine dedicated to Gnome is kind of far away. Well, maybe not, depending on where this mine goes. I was thinking, like, wouldn't this be far away from where we met Gnome? But it's like, no, we were in the cavern underneath the bridge to Volsena. So, no, once again, this is just a matter of the third dimension taking over, just like it was with Lumina and the Mana Stone of Light. Like, this still makes basically perfect sense geographically. It also shows that a lot of work went into the overall layout of the world. And, like, there was a lot more attention to detail being paid than might appear at first glance. I think the Gemstone Valley is very interesting from a viewpoint. Like, there's no other dungeon that looks like this. It's really cool looking. Kind of get this Grand Canyon kind of vibe from the whole experience. It's really cool. But mechanically, there's nothing here that we haven't seen before. Like, these guys are all recolors of enemies from earlier in the game. Those being from the dungeon with the Jewel Eater, the dragons, and the little Sonic the Hedgehog wannabes. I guess these guys are the Shadow the Hedgehog wannabes. They're a lot edgier than the Sonic. So, I'm just going to throw this out there. In this recording session, I'm fully planning on getting to the end of the game and starting a new Let's Play very soon based on that poll that I had posted a few days ago. But in this video, and only this video in particular, because I want to see if this actually provokes any kind of reaction, leave a comment down below time-stamping the moment in the video when I'm talking about this, like right now. Anytime near there, if you're within a couple seconds, it's fine. And that person will get a shout-out at the start of the next Let's Play. I don't know, that just popped into my head. Well, let's see if anyone takes me up on it. I'm just curious to see what the audience reaction will be. Now, you might be thinking, like, oh, no, just a shout-out. Why not more than that? Well, it might be more than that. It might be, but I can't make any promises right now, because the setup for the next two Let's Plays, I kind of already have in mind what my gimmick is going to be. And those options, by the way, were Mega Man Battle Network 3 and Pokemon White. Both games that were chosen very deliberately, and both of them will be done. It was just a matter of what order they were done in. And I guess I should have led with that. Yeah, there's going to be some interesting wrinkles in both those Let's Plays. And I think you guys will enjoy both, because it will force me to be very creative. Oof. Prime Slime. It's always prime time to prime slimes. And I don't know what makes it so prime, but it sure seems full of itself. Love that crystal is just doing everything in its power to make it so I can't see what I'm attacking. Ah, little pick me up. Curse my lack of depth perception. Whoa. Try to get all Mickey-outy with me. Not a fan of that.
The area is clear of threats. We have earned a rest.
We have earned it, but we sadly will not be getting one because the dungeon gets a little more devious. The introduction of poison jets. You know, there's a lot of enemies. It's time for me to cut loose a little more with my powers. I thought this was a multi-target to enemies in an area. Okay. Maybe that'll be a big enough of a splash to get most of them at least. That's pretty powerful. Charlotte. I've played through the game 100%. I have every achievement. So, yes, I've used Charlotte before, but it was in a team that, I think it was Kevin Hawk and Charlotte. So it was a much better balanced party. I did not realize going into this how imbalanced this would be, or how terrible Charlotte's AI is without a secondary healer. 'Cause as I said, I usually have Kevin or Duran, and I almost always take those characters into their light classes because I think they're better. And I'm sure there are several guides out there that'd be like, no, Snek, you're dumb and wrong, but that's what I think. I think they're more fun, especially since Duran, if you go light classes, gets shields. And that is the only character in the game who gets shields, so it's one of those things that I think is not only really neat, but thematically very consistent, because he becomes the best tank in the game with them. In fact, I believe in the Super Nintendo, shields didn't even boost, like, straight armor. I think they actually boosted agility, that gave Duran, like, a chance to actually dodge stuff for a change. Okay, that was my own fault. I shouldn't have let him just poison breath me. Onward! So, now we're kind of past the coolest parts of the area. Now we're in this dungeon that doesn't even get its own music track. It just kind of gets this cave ambience. I suppose it's a music track, but you guys know what I mean. It doesn't get a unique music track.
We should work together to defeat this threat. Stay true. Stay true. Okay. We overpowered the enemy.
Yeah, we did. In fact, we should stop for a second. Okay. Gonna start buffing her physical stats again. And I want Earthquake. Which might be the... Nope, there's still a little more magic to be gained. Thunderstorm... and Spike Freeze. And Ancient Curse, which I believe is her class specialty. But as I recall, this has a huge wind-up time. You may or may not even see this spell get used in this playthrough. I'm gonna buff her luck a little bit. Like, it is the most abysmally low stat of any of my characters at this point. Might as well, right?
Be careful.
See, can I just ask, like, why is poison associated with Earth in a lot of Square-Enix games? Like, it's the same thing with, I didn't even catch what she was saying there. Like, even the, Elemental Fiend of the Earth in Final Fantasy IV had more to do with poison than he did with actual Earth. And that's partly because Final Fantasy just never put much stock in an Earth elemental. But it's like, why is Earth poison? If anything should be poison, it should be wood. It's like, those poison plants. If you want to argue that there are, like, elements found in Earth that can be, like, bad for you, that's true of anything. Healer! Oh my gosh. Why are you so terrible at everything, Charlotte? I thought she was about to revive her for me, but... silly me. As I said, dragons are strong, and you don't really want to start treating them like they're not.
We should work together to defeat this threat. All right. Stay focused. That's how it's done.
Okay, and that was a little painful. But we made it work. That was not worth going out of my way for, but whatever, it's mine now. Alright. Now it's time for Land Umber. Who's basically like a huge super mecha robot thing.
Benevadon seems hard to pierce. Use caution.
Oh yeah, let's start putting this to good use.
Weaken the enemy. You won't have weaken.
There we go. That should put things more in our favor. Actually, well, let's dodge first. Or not. If he's that close together, maybe Hexus is a good idea. Ooh, his hands did not enjoy getting hit by that. Now, even if you destroy his hands, they do come back, but you have to destroy them in order to do damage to his main body. Oh, come on. I landed on, like, the corner of the arena, and it counted that. Alright, Charlotte, now is a good time to heal us while we're trying to fight the bad guy. Charlotte, I'm not sure what part of this you think is me telling a joke. You know what, I'll just take matters into my own hands. Why? Because there's no sense in relying on an elf. See, that was my mistake. I took an elf in my party, and now I'm paying the price for it. Yep, there it goes. Now we're back to trying to smash these again. Oof. Yeah, I couldn't really see the effect for that until it was a little too late. Oh, now you heal me. Now that it's no longer pressing? Thanks. This actually did pretty good damage last time. Was I just hallucinating that? No, that actually wasn't all that impressive. I guess that is better for weak crowds of smaller enemies. Camera. Please. I don't want to lose my lunch. I enjoyed it the first time. I don't think I'd enjoy it the second time. Calzone, if you must know. Caught right on the edge of that. There we go. Now it's time to rip this guy apart. See, Angela was on point. She was using wind magic and, you know, trying to assist me. It's the elf that's holding us back. Nice.
Only one monster is left. The Benevadon of Darkness. This is it. But I don't know where the Darkstone is.
That remains a problem, yes.
Yes. But we cannot afford to let the Benevadon get any stronger. We had some quality equipment. We might stand more of a chance. Wait, didn't Josephine mention a place called PETA with good equipment? How about we go there and regroup?
It's as good a plan as any.